throw, head, catch. In an area 30 metres by 20 metres with a goal at either end, play 6 versus 6 throw, head, catch. The sequence of throw, head and catch must be maintained. Even interceptions must be in sequence. The rules are simple. The players cannot move with the ball and they can remain in possession for only 2 or 3 seconds. Possession changes by interception or whenever the ball hits the ground. Goals can only be scored by heading the ball through the opponent's goal. This is a good warm-up activity, but is also a game-centred practice, thereby providing an excellent all-round learning tool.
Quick feet. Quick feet sessions are essential if young soccer players are going to develop to their full potential. In this quick feet activity, hurdles are used, but this is not essential. The coach can use markers to equally good effect. In all quick feet activities, players must stay light on their feet, take short and quick steps and exaggerate their arm action and knee lift. You'll be surprised at how quickly even quite young and inexperienced players will be able to move swiftly through the activities, looking poised and well balanced. Remember, players need to develop the technique before going for speed. A very fast completion with very poor technique will in fact have the reverse of the desired effect. Line drill through gates. This is an exercise which reinforces good passing and receiving habits and brings in the elements of moving to support. In a 10 metre by 10 metre area, set up 2 markers approximately 1.5 metres apart in the middle of the area. Organise 4 players on 2 diagonally opposite markers so they form a line. The video shows 2 groups of 6 players. In this exercise, only 1 ball is required. The players pass the ball through the gate and then follow the pass around the gate. They then join the back of the opposite line. The player receiving the ball concentrates on good technique by receiving with the inside of one foot, using the first touch to change feet before passing through the gates and joining the opposite line. Star drill. In this activity, players are developing their passing and receiving skills and their spatial awareness. The practice provides challenging situations where decisions need to be made on the run. In a 10 metre by 10 metre area, have 3 players on each corner marker facing in towards the middle of the square. 2 balls are used at once and several spares should be available. The player with the ball should pass diagonally across the square to the player opposite and should then follow their pass, thus ending up diagonally opposite to where they started. There will be 2 balls and 2 players going at once across each other's path, so players will have the opportunity to develop awareness and vision. Players should be encouraged to maintain good habits by using the insides of feet, furthest foot, change of feet and so on. Around the square passing. The use of the insides of the feet to receive the ball has 2 great advantages. The insides of the feet are large, flat surfaces, and when they are used, the body's centre of gravity remains central and helps the player to stay strong and well balanced. Round the square is an excellent drill, which enables players to practice allowing the ball to come across the body to the inside of the furthest foot, and then changing feet to pass the ball. This practice also allows them to become used to the concept of passing and moving to support.
Place 3 players on each corner of a 10 metre by 10 metre grid square. The leader of one group has a ball at their feet. The ball is passed around the square and each player has 2 touches to relay it on to the next player. Allow the ball to come across the body to the inside of the furthest foot before changing feet with the first touch and passing it on. The player then makes a run outside the square to follow their pass and join the back of the next group to await their next turn. Ensure that the ball is passed in both directions so that the players can practice receiving and passing with both feet.
As players become comfortable with this activity, the degree of difficulty can be increased by introducing another ball to the grid. Balls should start in the diagonally opposite corner. Can one ball catch the other? Remember to change direction so that the players become comfortable on both sides. The coach should use language such as, "Let the ball come across your body. Use the inside of the furthest foot. Change feet with your first touch. Don't stop the ball. Pass the ball out of your feet with your first touch," etc.
The coach can increase the difficulty by dividing the players into two teams. The teams must be carefully allocated to each corner. In the video and animation, 2 orange players and 1 white player are diagonally opposite corners, whilst in the other 2 corners there are 2 white players and only 1 orange player. The ball must start with a group of 2 players. One team passes and follows their ball in one direction at the same time as the other team is travelling in the opposite direction. This is difficult to practice, but coaches should persevere as it will help players to develop peripheral vision and hone their passing and receiving techniques under quite significant pressure. The players will often have to work hard and think on their feet if they are to consistently receive on their furthest foot, change feet and pass clinically. 4 verse 2. This is a game-centred practice designed to enable players to practice passing and receiving under a degree of pressure. Set up 2 20 metre by 20 metre areas. Organise 6 players of the same colour in each area. Then ask 2 players from each area to change places. You should end up with 4 of one colour and 2 of another in each area. The aim of this drill is for the 4 players of the same team to keep the ball away from the opposing players by passing, dribbling if necessary, and moving around their area. Encourage players to keep moving, to form triangles and diamonds, and to use correct passing and receiving technique. Example, furthest foot, change feet to change the picture, etc. After about a minute, swap the 2 away from home players until each team member has had a go. The coach may play 2 or even 3 rounds if required. Encourage players to maintain their receiving and passing standards, insides of feet, furthest foot, and change of feet to move the ball away from defenders, and so on. Scoring can be introduced by rewarding the away team for winning possession. Possession is won if they can force the home team to play the ball outside the square, or if the away team can have 2 consecutive touches, either individually or as a pair. They then need to return the ball to the home side so they can try to score again.
Six versus 6 possession game. This game is designed to enable the players to develop their dribbling, passing and receiving skills. In a 40 metre by 30 metre area, play 6 versus 6. Each team tries to maintain possession of the ball for as long as possible. Encourage the players to use the insides of the feet to receive the ball, and then to change feet so as to change the picture. They should also be encouraged to keep the ball away from defenders and to dribble to take the ball into spaces and away from defenders' legs when they need to. Players off the ball need to work hard to form triangles and diamonds so that they keep the passing chance.
6 versus 6. This is a game-centred practice containing all the necessary elements of the game. In an area 40 metres by 30 metres, play 6 versus 6 soccer. There are 5 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper. If a goal is scored at either end, change the goalkeepers of both teams. Rotate the goalkeepers so that all players take a turn at being the goalkeeper. There are no corner kicks. If the ball goes out over the back line, it will be a goalkeeper's ball. There is no offside. Take throw-ins as usual. Encourage players to support each other by forming lots of imaginary triangles and diamonds. This is where all our passing, receiving and dribbling skills are put to the test. Encourage players to adopt good habits. These games will help the players learn about attacking and defending and enable them to develop group skills. Let the game be their teacher. Step over inside to out and away opposite leg. The player dribbles in a straight line before stepping over the ball with the right leg from inside to out and immediately using the outside of the left foot to change direction and accelerate away. Repeat the exercise by using the opposite legs.
Step over double inside to out. The player dribbles the ball in a straight line before stepping the right leg over the ball from the inside to out. As soon as the move is completed, the player repeats the step over with the opposite leg and then immediately changes direction using the outside of the right foot and accelerating away. Try the move again, however this time start with the left leg, followed by the right and finally away with the outside of the left foot.